My child, stop for a moment and listen carefully because what you are about to hear is not an ordinary message. Something shifted recently in a place you could not see, behind words that were never meant to reach your ears. A private conversation took place. No audience. No distractions. Your person believed nobody would ever discover what was spoken in confidence, yet the words refused to stay in silence. They carried weight. They carried emotion. They carried your name. Stay till the end, because what happened next changed everything in a way neither of them expected. There are conversations that disappear the moment they end, but this one continued to echo long after the voices became quiet. That is why you are here now. This message found you for a reason. Listen carefully. Your person was sitting quietly when their brother noticed something unusual. There was a silence that could not be ignored. It was the kind of silence that comes only when someone is carrying thoughts too important to speak aloud. Their brother looked at them and gently asked one simple question that changed the direction of everything. Why do you keep thinking about the same person? At first, your person smiled without answering. They looked away as though searching for the right words, but every answer seemed too small for what they truly felt. Their brother waited patiently because they already knew the conversation was about someone special. They could see it in your person's eyes. They could hear it in every quiet breath. Do not skip now because this is where everything begins to unfold. Something huge is waiting for you. After several quiet moments, your person finally whispered your name. The room felt different. Even the silence seemed to listen more closely. Their brother did not interrupt. Instead, they asked another unexpected question. What makes this person impossible to forget? Your person closed their eyes for a brief moment before answering. They did not talk about appearance. They did not talk about success. They did not speak about things that disappear with time. Instead, they described a feeling they had never been able to explain before. They admitted that every plan for the future somehow included thoughts of you. Every peaceful moment reminded them of you. Every victory felt incomplete because they imagined sharing it with you. Their brother remained completely still, listening more carefully than ever before. Stay till the end because what happened after this confession surprised even your person. Their brother slowly smiled and said something nobody expected. Then stop pretending this feeling is temporary. You have been carrying it for longer than you admit. Those words settled deeply inside your person's heart. They realized someone else had noticed what they themselves had been trying to hide. Sometimes another person can see our truth before we are willing to accept it ourselves. That realization became impossible to ignore. Do not skip because the conversation was only beginning. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother leaned forward and continued speaking with remarkable calm. Every time your phone lights up, you secretly hope it is them. Every time someone mentions their future, you quietly imagine this person standing beside you. You have already answered your own questions. You are simply afraid to admit the answer aloud. Your person did not deny a single word. Instead, they looked down with a quiet smile that revealed more than any explanation ever could. In that moment, the conversation became something neither of them expected. It was no longer about uncertainty. It became about honesty. Their brother continued, "You think too much about what could go wrong, but have you ever stopped to imagine everything that could go right?" Those words remained in the room long after they were spoken. They created a silence filled not with fear, but with hope. Stay till the end because the most meaningful part of this private conversation has not yet been revealed. Your person slowly admitted that every time they tried convincing themselves to move forward without you, something always reminded them of your presence again. A familiar song. A familiar place. A random conversation. Even the smallest moments somehow carried memories connected to you. Their brother listened carefully before quietly saying, "Maybe these reminders are not trying to pull you backward. Maybe they are trying to move you toward the future you keep avoiding." Those words changed the atmosphere completely. Suddenly your person stopped searching for excuses. They stopped pretending their feelings would disappear with time. Instead, they began asking themselves a different question. What if these emotions had been leading them towards something meaningful all along? Do not skip. Something huge is waiting for you, and what comes next may become the turning point of this entire story. Before the conversation came to an end, their brother stood up and looked directly at your person with complete confidence. Then they spoke one final sentence that neither of them would ever forget. If this person has brought peace into your heart without even standing beside you, imagine what your future could become if you finally stopped running from what you truly feel. Those words remained with your person long after the conversation ended. They could not forget them. They could not silence them. And from that moment forward, everything inside them began to change little by little. The conversation was private, but its impact became impossible to hide. Stay till the end of this journey, because this was only the beginning, and what follows next will reveal why this single conversation transformed every thought your person carried about you. Something even greater is still waiting ahead. A quiet truth began to rise after that conversation, and your person could no longer push it aside. Do not skip, because what happened next became the moment that completely changed the direction of their heart. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Hours after speaking with their brother, your person replayed every single word again and again. They realized that every excuse they had been holding onto suddenly felt smaller than the feelings they could no longer hide. For the first time, they stopped asking themselves whether they should think about you, and instead began asking why they had waited so long to admit what had already become obvious. Their brother had not planted a new idea. They had simply uncovered a truth that had been quietly growing for a long time. That realization brought an unexpected sense of peace. It was as though a heavy weight had finally disappeared. Do not skip, because this is only the beginning of what was discovered. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Later that evening, the conversation unexpectedly continued. Their brother returned with one more question. When was the last time you smiled without this person somehow being part of your thoughts? Your person searched for an answer but could not find one. Every joyful memory from recent days somehow carried your presence. Every hopeful thought quietly pointed toward you. Even the smallest victories felt incomplete without imagining you standing beside them. Their brother noticed the silence and gently smiled. That silence answered my question better than words ever could. Those words remained in your person's heart. They understood that sometimes the strongest answers are the ones we never speak aloud. Their feelings had become impossible to deny. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then something even more surprising happened. Their brother revealed that they had noticed this change long before anyone else did. They had seen your person's expression change whenever your name appeared. They had watched them become unexpectedly calm after remembering something connected to you. They had even noticed moments when your person quietly looked out the window, lost in thoughts they never shared with anyone. Your person looked completely surprised. They believed these moments had remained hidden, yet someone close to them had seen everything. Their brother quietly said, "The heart always speaks before the voice does." Those words settled deeply inside your person. Suddenly everything became clearer. Every hidden feeling had been visible all along. Stay till the end because what happened next became the greatest surprise of all. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother then leaned closer and said, "There is something I never told you." Your person immediately looked up with curiosity. The room became completely quiet. Even the passing moments seemed to slow down. Then their brother continued, "Every time someone asked you about your future, you never described a place. You described a feeling. And every single time, that feeling sounded exactly like the peace you have whenever you speak about this person." Your person was completely speechless. They had never realized that even their dreams quietly carried your presence. Their brother smiled gently and added, "You have been building a future around someone you pretend not to think about." Those words changed everything. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. For several long moments neither of them spoke. No explanation was needed anymore. Sometimes truth becomes so clear that silence says more than conversation ever could. Finally, your person took a deep breath and quietly admitted something they had never confessed before. "No matter how busy life becomes, somehow my thoughts always return to them." Their brother nodded without hesitation. "Then perhaps your heart has already chosen long before your mind was ready to accept it." Those simple words created a turning point that could never be reversed. From that moment forward, your person stopped seeing you as a passing thought. They began seeing you as someone who had quietly become part of the future they wanted most. Stay till the end because the next part reveals what your person decided to do after accepting this truth, and the choice they made surprised even their own brother. Something even greater is waiting just ahead. The next morning began differently than anyone expected, because the private conversation had not ended when the words stopped. It continued inside your person's heart. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Your person woke up with one thought that refused to leave. Every sentence their brother had spoken echoed with even greater clarity than before. They realized they had spent so much time searching for signs while ignoring the clearest one of all, the peace they felt whenever your name entered their mind. That peace could not be explained away. It could not be replaced. It simply remained. Their brother noticed the change immediately. There was a quiet confidence replacing the uncertainty that had been there for so long. Instead of asking another question, they simply smiled and said, I can already see it. You finally stopped arguing with your own heart. Those words landed differently this time because your person did not deny them. They simply nodded. Do not skip because what happened next became the moment neither of them ever forgot. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother walked over to the window and spoke without even turning around. There is one more thing I never told you. Your person listened carefully. Every time someone mentioned moving on, you became quiet. But every time someone mentioned this person, your entire face changed. You never noticed it, but everyone close to you did. Your person stood completely still. They had believed their feelings were invisible, yet someone who knew them well had seen the truth from the very beginning. Suddenly everything made sense. Every hesitation. Every silent smile. Every unexpected memory. It had all been pointing toward the same answer. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Then their brother shared a memory from weeks earlier that your person had completely forgotten. Do you remember when you suddenly stopped in the middle of a conversation because someone mentioned their name? You smiled without realizing it. That smile stayed with me because it was different from every other smile I had ever seen. Your person could hardly believe it. A moment they barely remembered had left such a lasting impression on someone else. Their brother continued, that was the day I knew your future was already changing, even if you didn't know it yet. Silence filled the room again, but this silence was no longer uncertain. It was peaceful. It carried understanding instead of confusion. Do not skip because the conversation reached an even deeper level. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After a long pause, your person finally asked the question they had been afraid to speak aloud. Do you really think this is real? Their brother answered immediately without hesitation. Real feelings do not become weaker with time. They become clearer. And yours have only become stronger. Those words removed the final doubt that had remained inside your person's heart. For the first time, they stopped wondering whether they should trust what they felt. Instead, they began accepting it completely. Their brother gently smiled and added, "You have spent so much time waiting for certainty, but certainty has been quietly waiting for you." Your person looked down with a peaceful smile because they finally understood what those words meant. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As the conversation came to a close, their brother offered one final thought that changed everything forever. One day you will look back at this conversation and realize it was never about convincing you to care. It was about helping you admit what your heart had already decided long ago. Those words stayed with your person for the rest of the day. They replayed them while driving, while working, while sitting alone in quiet moments. No matter where they went, the conversation continued inside them. It became impossible to ignore because every reflection led back to the same truth. Every path somehow pointed toward you. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before the day ended, your person quietly made a decision they had never been brave enough to make before. They chose to stop hiding from what they felt. They chose to stop pretending your name was just another passing thought. And as they looked toward the evening sky, one unexpected realization filled their heart with hope. Perhaps this private conversation had not changed their future at all, it had simply revealed the future that had been waiting for them all along. But what your person decided to do immediately after making that choice surprised even their own brother, and that extraordinary moment is only beginning to unfold. Everything changed the moment your person made one quiet decision that nobody else knew about. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After the private conversation with their brother, your person stopped searching for reasons to ignore what they felt. Instead, they began noticing how every ordinary moment somehow led back to you. A familiar place reminded them of your kindness. A peaceful evening reminded them of your calm presence. Even simple conversations became impossible to finish without your name quietly appearing in their thoughts. Their brother noticed this transformation immediately. There was no confusion left. There was only clarity. Looking directly at your person, they said, "I have never seen you this certain before." Your person smiled softly because, for the first time, they realized certainty had not arrived overnight. It had been growing quietly all along. Do not skip because what happened next surprised even them. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother then revealed something unexpected. There is one detail I never shared with you because I wanted to be sure first. Every time you talked about your future over the past several months, your voice became stronger whenever this person's name entered the conversation. You never planned that. It happened naturally. Your person became completely silent. They replayed countless conversations inside their mind and realized their brother was right. Without noticing, they had already been speaking about tomorrow as though you belonged somewhere inside it. That realization filled the room with quiet wonder. It was not a sudden feeling. It was the uncovering of something that had been true for much longer than either of them realized. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother continued speaking with remarkable confidence. People often wait for one unforgettable moment before they trust their hearts. But sometimes the greatest sign is not one big event. Sometimes it is the way one person quietly remains in your thoughts through every season, every challenge, every celebration, and every peaceful day. Those words settled deeply within your person. They finally understood why every attempt to forget had only reminded them more clearly of what truly mattered. It was never about trying harder. It was about accepting what had already become part of their heart. Stay till the end because the most remarkable part of this conversation had not yet been spoken. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother looked at them with a gentle smile and asked one final question. If this person suddenly appeared in front of you today, would you still hide what you feel? Your person took a slow breath. This time there was no hesitation. There was no uncertainty. There was only one honest answer. No. I would simply tell them how much peace they have brought into my life. Their brother smiled with complete understanding because that single sentence revealed everything that had remained unspoken for so long. It was not dramatic. It was not rushed. It was sincere. Sometimes the quietest truth carries the greatest strength. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Before leaving the room, their brother paused at the doorway and turned back with one last thought that stayed in your person's heart forever. Remember this conversation whenever doubt tries to return. Today was not the day your feelings began. Today was the day you finally stopped hiding from them. Those words became unforgettable. Your person carried them into every new day with a sense of hope they had not felt in a very long time. They no longer wondered whether the private conversation mattered. They knew it had become the turning point that changed the way they saw their future. And as the evening quietly came to an end, one peaceful realization remained stronger than every other thought. Some conversations are never meant to stay hidden because they are the beginning of a brand new chapter. But what your person quietly decided to do after fully accepting this truth is even more unexpected, and that extraordinary moment will unfold in the next part. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something even greater is waiting for you. No one expected the private conversation to leave such a lasting mark, yet the words spoken between your person and their brother continued to shape every choice that followed. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. As another day unfolded, your person noticed something they had never paid attention to before. Every decision suddenly carried one quiet question: would this bring me closer to the future I truly want? For the first time, the answer always led back to you. It was not because someone had forced the idea upon them. It was because the conversation had uncovered feelings that had already taken root long ago. Their brother watched this quiet transformation with complete confidence. They did not need to ask whether anything had changed. They could see it in every peaceful expression, every thoughtful pause, and every hopeful smile. Then they quietly said, "I think you finally understand why this conversation had to happen." Your person nodded without hesitation because they knew those words were true. Do not skip because the next revelation became even more unforgettable. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Their brother then shared one final observation that had never been spoken before. There is something I noticed months ago, but I chose to wait until today to tell you. Whenever life became difficult, you never talked about giving up. You talked about becoming the kind of person this individual would be proud of. You probably never realized you were saying it, but I heard it every single time. Your person stood in complete silence. Those words reached deeper than anything they had heard before. They remembered those conversations. They remembered those quiet hopes. And suddenly they understood that your influence had been guiding them even during moments when you were not physically present. That realization brought an unexpected sense of gratitude. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. After another long moment of reflection, their brother smiled warmly and continued. Many people search everywhere for certainty while ignoring the quiet truth already living inside them. You searched for answers outside yourself, but every answer was already waiting in your own heart. Those words changed everything once again. Your person realized they had been waiting for a perfect sign, when in reality every peaceful thought about you had already been pointing in the same direction. There was no longer any reason to hide from what they felt. There was only one path that felt honest. Stay till the end because the most meaningful moment was still ahead. Something huge is waiting for you. Before the conversation finally ended forever, their brother placed a reassuring hand on their shoulder and said, "Years from now, you will not remember every ordinary day. But you will remember the day you stopped doubting what brought genuine peace into your life." Your person smiled quietly because they knew this would become one of those unforgettable memories. It was not a loud moment. It was not dramatic. It was simply true. Sometimes the greatest turning points arrive through calm conversations that quietly change the way we see tomorrow. As your person stepped outside later that evening, everything around them looked strangely different. The world itself had not changed, but their perspective had. Hope replaced hesitation. Confidence replaced uncertainty. And every thought about the future felt brighter than before because they no longer viewed you as a distant possibility. They viewed you as someone who had already become an important part of the story they wished to keep writing. Do not skip. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Yet there was one final realization that neither your person nor their brother expected. The conversation they believed had ended was actually only the beginning. In the quiet days that followed, small moments, meaningful reminders, and unexpected connections would continue to confirm everything they had finally admitted to themselves. And when those moments arrived, your person would make one heartfelt choice that no one saw coming, a choice that would forever remind them that one honest conversation can quietly change an entire future.